All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Diamond Zone. It is 7 o'clock, and we all say we all have our coffee. So what we're going to do today, guys, is I want to talk to you about the art of launching somebody's business, a new person's business. Also, first of all, I want to do some house cleaning. Lisa gave me these things I have to do. You know, Lisa, this is my to-do list. The classic kilo. When you buy the family pack or above, the classic kilo that they're giving you for free. You said that ends today, Lisa? Tonight at midnight. So it's like a mini countdown for people that want the classic kilo. Maybe it could promote urgency when you're talking to people. Also, the Thailand package for $250 ends today. So if you're going to get your Thailand package, I believe tomorrow goes up to $300. And also FYI on that, they have 3 hotels that we will be staying in. And I'm supposed to get the names of the hotels because everybody wants to know if they want to come in early and they want to stay at that particular hotel. I still don't have the names. So I just know that there's 3 hotels that participate in this rate. Also, the convention tickets will go up. Is that today too, Lise? Okay, they're going to go up every week. Oh, every month. So it's $30. It'll be $35, whatever it is. Just if you're going to go, get your tickets because, I mean, I've never seen tickets so cheap. I just kind of laugh. What are they going up to 30? Because we used to pay $3.99, $4.99 a person, $399. So when someone says $30, I just kind of laugh to myself. So anyway, that's the house cleaning stuff. So first thing I want to talk about is I did a couple of calls yesterday, and I know some people when they start their business. You know, we all get excited and we all have that initial reason why we made our decision. And I just want to challenge everybody today. You know, when you think about it, why did you make your initial decision to join World Global Network? What was it? Was it because, you know, you saw this new technology trend that we could be first? What provoked your decision? Because whatever that was, got you to make a move, right? It got you to act. And everybody on this call, right, bought their package, and everybody on this call has dreams and aspirations to do big things within World Global Network. But what happens is, I'm not going to say buyer's remorse, okay, at all, but this is the analogy. You know, and you know my background, health clubs. You know, I could give somebody a tour of a health club, and I could do an unbelievable job. And I could get everybody excited to see themselves 25, 35, 40 pounds overweight. Because most people back then was joining the health clubs because they wanted something to change in their life, right? That's why they walked through the door. In most cases, it was to lose weight. So I would sit down with people before I took the tour, and I would say, okay, why are you here today? Why did you come in today? Because you've been passing this health club every day for 5 years because you live right down the street, right? And you've seen the activity. Why today? And I would try to find out what provoked them to walk through those doors, because walking through those doors took courage. And they would always come up with the reason why. Okay, you know, I have a reunion coming up, right? I have a health check coming up, right? Whatever it may be, there was always something that made them walk through the door. And so I wanted to find out that hot button, whatever that was. And it always came down to if I could just lose 30 pounds. So I would give them on a tour, and I would take a 30-pound dumbbell, and I'd put it in their hands. I said, this is what you're carrying extra on your body. And they would feel that. You ever pick up a 30-pound dumbbell? I said, now let me get you to understand, okay, we're going to put together and design a plan for you to lose this 30 pounds. And I would give them a tour of every aspect of the gym. So I'm creating this vision. Right now, giving somebody a tour and exercising is two different things, right? People just think, okay, well, I'm going to lose this 30 pounds. So they sit down. It was very easy to get somebody to sign up on a membership because the excitement level is there, right? I painted this unbelievable picture. Now the reality sets in because now I took their money. They signed the contract, 36-month contract. That's what we had back then. And then people would go home, still excited. Now I scheduled their first workout, right? You follow me? They come in for their first workout. They got their new clothes because they always buy new clothes, right? They got their new tennis shoes. They look the part, and you take them through that first workout, and they look like hell afterwards. Some of them would even throw up. And they're going, oh my gosh, is this what exercise feels like? Is this what me being on the road to lose 30 pounds feels like? And then they leave there, and guess what happens? Most of the time, you never saw them again. Because the journey was different than the initial excitement level. So what happens is, a lot of times, is people have this desire, but if their desire and their why isn't strong enough, they're not going to continue the journey. And a lot of times that happens in any new endeavor because there's so many people that I believe, and I'm not talking about you, but I guess I am, if it applies. A lot of people are getting ready to get ready. A lot of people sometimes are paralyzed because of the pain sometimes associated with rejection. Had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I'm trying to get to the real reason. And the person said to me, they said, Jeff, listen, I just got out of another opportunity. I just can't go back to my family and friends. How many of you maybe have that thought process? And I said to him, let me share with you, people don't care. People don't care. People's situations change all the time. I said, let me ask you a question. What do people know about you? They say they know that I'm an entrepreneur. They know I'm always looking for a way to better my situation. Okay, what's wrong with saying, listen, you know that I'm an entrepreneur, and you know that I'm always looking for a way to change my financial situation. I found it. What would be wrong with that? Just repeat back what they know about you. And just say, listen, I want to share what I'm doing. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, but maybe you know somebody it is for. I said, but you got to get past this hurdle. This is the number. He goes, I want to just talk to cold market. See, when someone tells me they just want to talk to cold market, there's a miss. They think talking to a stranger is easier than talking to somebody else. Why? Because they care what other people think. And then I said to him, I said, listen, what if you were making $20,000 a week here? He goes, I talk to everybody. I go, wait a minute, really? Because you're making $20,000 a week, so now you have the confidence, is what you're telling me, to talk to everybody. But can I ask you a question? What comes first? What comes first, the $20,000 a week or the confidence? And where does the confidence come from? Faith in your system, right? Faith in the product, faith in the opportunity, faith in the people you're working with. So let me ask you a question, so-and-so. I always say so-and-so, right? Do you believe I believe? He goes, absolutely. I said, okay, borrow my belief. I said, obviously you weren't on the training because I talked about leveraging somebody with belief. Remember the three-way call? You know what that is? It's leveraging somebody else's belief. That's all a three-way call is. Because you're the new person who you're introducing your contact base, but you're inserting somebody with belief. So you're just trying to walk people through, right, the journey. Because so many people, guys, it's amazing. Okay, they have in their head what they want to accomplish, but their daily activity doesn't match up to becoming a diamond or a double diamond or to a president, whatever your goals are, right? And it's really managing the emotional roller coaster is really what people have to do. And so what I want to talk about, okay, is obviously finding your why, right? Why are you doing? You've heard this numerous times, right? But it really is finding your why will overcome your fears. The real reason why you're doing this. And sometimes it's got to be bigger than money. Whatever that may be for you. I don't know if it's maybe giving back, it's having more time. What is it? And let me ask you a question. What are you really, really good at? If I unmuted every single person and you told me, I asked you, give me your best attribute, what would it be? You need to write that down. What's your best attribute? Okay, you see, this is self-talk. And then all you have to understand is this. This is just a vehicle. This is just a vehicle to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve financially. But you got to insert yourself and you got to put your authorship into your business. You're the reason why. See, when you make this switch, right, you're the reason why people are going to get involved in the business. So understand, okay, that it's just a journey. And what I want people to understand is I want you to embrace the journey. I want you to take the journey and don't get married to the outcome. Just take the journey. Just like I told the person at the health club, I just need you to come in 4 days a week. You just got to walk through the door. We'll take it from there. But you know what? Even today, as much as I exercise, do you know I still have that other voice that talks to me? And I'm somebody that's I'm someone that's exercised for 40 years. But when I get in the car, that other voice takes over. Do you really want to go today? Come on, let's go do something different. Okay, today's a day you really don't like. You got to do legs today. I hate legs. Right, and then other voice talks to me and tries to make me turn around. I still play with it. Well, it's the same thing here when I'm sitting down doing my prospecting, right? And I get off course. I'm online, right? And I have my message. I got to touch 50 people today. And then I'll do 4. Then all of a sudden, I'll start surfing the internet. I'll start reading different articles. Not focused. Does that not happen to you when you're doing your follow-up calls? When you know you have to fill up your funnel today? So these are the games that we all play with ourselves. But if you understand the big vision of why you're doing it, remember, 18-month commitment of doing it, not just 18 months of hanging out. I think you guys know the difference, right? So let me walk you through, because we did a launch meeting last night with Shay Lisa and her brand new person, Ty. And I want you to understand the concept behind launching somebody. Because now all of a sudden we've been talking about launching people's businesses since we got involved. But now I guess 4 or 5 people saw that last night. I want to do this with my people. Guys, listen, understand that the whole idea is to get people results quickly. So when you get a brand new person, what have I always said? You got to find out what you got. Remember, when you sit down with people, let's set the working rules. What are you willing to do? Here's what I'm willing to do. And based on that, and based on your influence, okay, I want to create a success story quickly. First week income story, the amount is irrelevant, comma is necessary. In other words, we want to get people to taste the money, right? You're never going to have a chance to work with people who are excited. I can't even talk. Okay, I can't even talk today. Okay, you're never going to have a chance to work with somebody that's excited the day they get in. That's when they're excited, that first 2 days. Right? So 30-day story, show prospects and your team what they didn't know they can do. This is us pushing them in the beginning. They need the motivation in the beginning. You're the ones that have to push the snowball up the hill. But you have to understand the components of a launch. Okay, we sat down, Shaylisa, Tim, and I, and we sat down with Ty. And I said, okay, Ty, here's what we're going to do. We want you to build a strong list of contacts, people you know. Because he was telling me, I want to launch this kid. Well, he's not a kid. I guess he's 32 years old, but he's a kid to me. Right? And he's got great influence. Okay, now here's what you want to do. You want to build your list of contacts. Here's how you build it. You qualify your list and select your top 20. These are individuals who have the most influence or reach. Now, here's the mindset. A big man's no and a little man's no hurts the same. You guys understand? A big man's no and a little man's no hurts the same. But a big man's yes produces much more. The odds are 50-50. If you're nervous to call them, that's confirmation to call them. Sometimes this is your chicken list. Let's be real with each other. Don't you have people that you're afraid to call because you think they may be too successful? How do you approach somebody that you think is above you? I respect what you've done. I've always admired, okay, all the things that you have done in your life. And I don't know if this may be for you or not. Maybe it's not, but I do know you could open some doors for me. And because of my respect for you, I would love you, right, to listen to what we're doing and how we're doing it. Maybe that's a way to approach somebody. I remember I've had some people that have made way more money than me. But I said, listen, how many people do you know that would like to be where you are? And the situation you're in, you can't help people get to where you are. But I can promise you this, if you opened up this door for them, because of your credibility, they could accomplish their financial goals. And I've had many people say to me, man, that was a different way of looking at it. Let me understand what you're doing. So just remember, there's always a chicken list. And I was telling this person yesterday, successful people are successful for a reason. How do you think they got there? Unless you know they won the lottery or they inherited money, they went through the road of success. And that road is painful for anybody who's achieved it. Think, read any book out there today, right? Any person's successful book. If you have a 25-chapter book, I promise you, the first 24 chapters are their struggles. The last chapter is their success. But you know what they always say? It's never-ending struggles to keep the success, because you're dealing with people. We'll see a successful person understands it, so it's an easy language for them to know. They know the language of success. See, when you talk to your broke friends, they don't know the language of success. All they know is what they know. And what they know is at the end of every month, right, they don't have enough money to meet their financial obligations. That's what they know. They know the car they're about to drive has bald tires. They know the house they live in needs some things, maybe new plumbing. That's what they know. They know struggles. But see, a successful person knows, okay, how he got to where he is. Now here you come. I mean, just think about this. If you guys, we all get excited about the stock options, right? If you knew that the stock was going to go from $2 to $26, and you could tell as many people as you wanted to, right? And you received a commission, would you have any problem telling people to buy the stock? If you knew it was going to go from $2 to $26. Well, let me ask you this. If you knew that this was a vehicle to get you to $20,000 a week, and you've accepted it, would you have a problem telling people that? See, we all talk about the money we're making. What about a business plan? How's your business going, Mary? Man, great. Man, I'm working with some very successful people. We're involved with this company that's a category creator with a product that's new in the marketplace in multi-level marketing. We're powered by Toshiba. We're publicly traded. And do you know, I'm on a business plan to make $10,000 this week, $10,000 this month. Now, have I earned any money? Watch this. How much have you earned? Nothing. I just got started. But I'm on a business plan to make $10,000 this month. Do you see my belief? Let me ask you, if I asked all of you, how's your business going? Well, you know, it's good. I just got started. Right? I don't know. Right? It's up and down. No. You got to have belief. I'm getting way off track, but that's, you guys know how my brain works. Okay. It is what it is. You have to have that belief system. Well, a successful person understands that. A successful person wants to know, show me the evidence of how you're going to get to what you're telling me. And this is when you pick the bullet points of what this business offers. All those initial slides in the beginning, you know what we do, and we're building credibility. Here's why I'm excited. Fabio Galdi, the vision, his background, powered by Toshiba, publicly traded, first to market, United States, 195 countries. Here's how we're going to do it. Hilo. Here's what we're taking advantage of. Wearable technology. See, it builds a story, right? And then we show the people the compensation plan. And then we say, what you have to do is insert people into this program, and certain people will see it and want to do the business, and some people will buy the product. And some people do nothing. Now, here's my plan. This is how I'm going to do it. Now, if you show a successful person that, whether they say yes or no, does he not now have a newfound respect? And don't you feel good that you actually did it? See, this is where you're not married to the outcome. Your job is to lead people into the information. Well, that's what the launch is about. The launch is getting people to see what we see. Okay, now, hold a meeting or conference call with your top 20. We're doing it through a Zoom meeting. Now, we have these every day at 10 and 6, but if you have somebody with a good reach or influence, we're available to launch these people with a private webinar. That's what we did last night. And I believe he had 22 people on the call. And when we called him back, he said, my phone is blowing up and I got people joining right now. Okay? The purpose to have a conversation, right? It's the same presentation, but it's a different spin. I'll let Shaylise and Tim come on at the end just to share with you just a little bit about the different spin to this. Okay, it's a conversation about the future. It's painting the picture. It's casting the vision. But more importantly, it's letting them know how they fit into the launch of what we called the first mover's advantage. Right? Because as you know, guys, when you structure your initial company, don't the people at the top have the benefit of earning off people that are going to come after them? So we always want to name the launch. So we named the launch for Ty yesterday, Project 100. And I said that. Ty's going to put 100 people in this month. And the purpose of this call is for the people that want to take advantage of the first mover's advantage. Because if you take one of the first spots in Ty's organization, let's say you take the first 20 spots. When the other 80 come in, does that not benefit the first 20? So that was the whole purpose of getting people that he knows are open-minded, entrepreneurs, and he had the ability to put that amount of people on a phone call. See, I could do it one-on-one, but why not do it when I have 20 people and we could get 10 people started, right? The number involved is contingent upon the size of your network and your level of influence with it. Now, you got to be the ones that cipher through your people. You're not going to do launch Zoom meetings a person could only put their mom on, right? They could go to the right. We're talking about people with influence. And so Shaylise and Tim did a great job. They inserted me to do the initial call with Ty. And I identified that this kid is sharp. He could put some people on the phone. So let's launch him. Okay? The launch would need to consist of a series of massive action exposures over 90 days. So I told Ty, this is not the first one, because we're going to create this frenzy. Because if you have somebody that you're bringing in, we'll launch them too. This is how you get people to these rankings quickly. So that's the art of the launch, guys. It's a focus. It's a 90-day focus. Now, for someone that wants to do this, and I don't want to scare anybody, but I want to share with you how some of these people hit these big ranks. They put a commitment down. They remove all distractions. TV, music, casual events, anything that will take you off your focus. We're talking about somebody that wants to really, really, really run. Now you gotta be careful. You're not gonna tell you might blow some people out with this. You gotta be careful of who you share this with. But this is what I say. Remember what I always say? You don't know unless you tell people what you're looking for. So Mary, do you wanna go slow or fast? I want to go fast. Okay, well, tell me about your experience. This is where you're sitting down with people to find out what you got. Well, you know, I haven't really left the house in a couple of years. I've been somebody that just does people's books, and I really don't know a lot of people. Well, you're not going to talk about launching your company. You're not going to talk about a focus for 90 days with this person and removing all distractions. Right? You got to understand, you got to match the opportunity to the people you're talking to. And these are the conversations you're having after they get involved. Right? And that's why it's important to pull us in. Three-way calls are great, guys, to try to get people in, but a three-way call is also good to introduce people to the upline and introduce them to the family, because that's what we are, right? And so we could all ask questions together to see what this person wants to accomplish. It's called goal setting. Okay? Now, someone really wants to run, have a conversation with your family so they understand the time commitment and sacrifice required. In other words, listen, I'm going to be focused here for 90 days. I might miss a soccer event, little Johnny. I'm just talking about if someone really wants to go. Massive planned out exposures. Okay, showing the plan, 4 to 6 events with the goal of people in attendance per, right. Part-time, week 1 should consist of 4 to 6 events with a goal of how many people in attendance? 5 people in attendance per event exposure. Now, understand, guys, this could be just webinars. It could be conference calls. A good first month will consist of 20 to 30 event exposures. Now, you know what an event is also? Okay, obviously, it's one-on-ones, it's 3-way calls, it's Zoom meetings. Of course, you could have live meetings. I'm just saying, the people that hit these higher ranks, you think they're just doing this once a week? There's a focus. And if you can't do this, it doesn't really make a difference. But network marketing says what? You're casting a net and you're working the net. Sometimes we cast the net. You know what the work is? The exposures, the follow-up. That's the exposures. Okay, that's what you have to do. You got to get people moving quickly. And this is how you do it. You make sure what they want and you match it up. So if someone wants to make $1,000 in a month, I don't necessarily have to launch them like this, right? Their time commitment is different. It's them opening up and making their lists and plugging into the system. But if I have somebody that wants to run, we're going to run with them. So these are just, if you guys, I'll send this out to you, but this is the components of a strong launch. It's getting people, I could put 30 people on a call. Great, let's do it. So let me unmute Shaylisa. You there, girl?
Yes, we are here.
We're here.
Okay, you want to just kind of talk about just what the kind of the difference that you saw yesterday?
Oh my gosh, well, you know, the difference was how you poised Ty and personalized it to him launching his business and how you built him up and built the opportunity up around coming into Ty's business. It was amazing. It was kind of magical. It's, you know, when, you know, not only did you poise Ty, but to have Ty on there listening to what you're saying about him had to make him feel very confident about the leadership above him and the kind of support. See, that kind of support we had never seen in any other MLM, Jeff. So, you know, I think that's why you had 6 people say, I would love that for my people, is because you guys are from another planet as far as how you're supporting us. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I appreciate that, Shaylisa, but you know what that does? Whether it's me doing it or you doing it or whoever doing it, does that not make Ty feel part of?
Oh, absolutely.
And now when fear takes over Ty, because he's going to have fear and doubt, you know what? Now he looks himself in the mirror and goes, wait a minute. That's not, I have the support, so who's it on? It's on me. So he can't, there's no blame here. There's people there. This is what we do, guys. We support the people that want to be supported. And when you have that and you grow that confidence with Ty and he's on the call and he's listening, what kind of sponsor do you think he's going to be?
He's going to be just like you.
Are you kidding me? He's going to be, I'm here, I want to launch you. Now all of a sudden here comes ego. Now he gets a little ego and he wants to take control of his group. That's what you're looking for.
Exactly.
And you go, go, you got it, Ty. Go, brother, go. Why? Because he was brought in correctly. The way Shaylisa and Tim brought him in was correct. Identified, led him. We all talked. Now we're launching him. Now, I don't know what the end results were from last night. I know he said his phone was blown up. I'm going to follow up with him. But you know what? That's the first phase. But I'll tell you what, he went to sleep smiling last night.
Amen.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Oh man, his you talk about posturing. I think his posture right now is he's probably 20 feet tall right
Who else was on that call?
now. Let me just say one more thing about that last.
Yeah, please.
Because it was so funny because as you were going through the thing, it was towards the end I realized, oh, he's going through the same. It seemed like a totally different, and I realized this is the same, the same webinar profile slides that you always do, but you had it changed just enough, and you crafted it in a way, and added that piece at the end that you just talked about, where hey, let's the people at the top. What did you call it? First responder? No,
First mover's advantage.
First mover's advantage. Man, I got to emblaze that into my brain now, because that's huge, because people are on that call going, oh my God, oh yeah, I get it, I see it, I better do something. It's really a call to action. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, well, and like I said, guys, it's because you identified somebody that wanted to really go, and it's not about getting everybody in a big package. It's getting people's confidence. And that's all it is. And I know that Ty now has a little bit of confidence, and we want to set another date, of course, to keep this rolling, because I think we could get him to diamond, by next week. That's how I'm looking at this.
I love it.
So Christy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, were you on the call?
Yep, I did listen in last night.
Okay, what differences did you see? I just want you to share with other people, because I want people to start to identify in their groups. You all have people with influence.
Yes, absolutely. For me, I've watched the webinars many, many, many times, and this one was different because it was more of a, like you're saying, a push to get people to join right away, to learn how important it was to be in that circle immediately. And instead of the teaching, like the other webinars are really, they're just teaching about the company, about the product, but this was a real push to make people think, hey, if I don't get in now, I'm going to miss out something huge. And I was thinking like, oh my God, I need to do this, because, Shaylisa and I have been working with a gentleman that I think could do this very, very well. And yeah, absolutely. It was very personalized. It was very not pushy, but it really made you want to say, hey, I need to do this right now. I can't wait, or I'm going to miss out. And that's what I really liked about it.
Right. And you guys, and there's a big difference between, excitement and being pushy. That's just a style. But you know what? You want people to know. Here's what you want people to know. And I'm telling everybody this because I want you guys to have the same attitudes. The message is you're on the right team. You don't know everything, but you have to understand we know what we're doing. That's what people buy into in the beginning. I know that. People are buying into my belief. They're buying into your belief. By the way, they're also buying in to your lack of belief. So this is why it's so important to always bring somebody in that has unshakable belief. And then you become that person, right, that has unshakable belief for your people. That's all it is. It's confidence. And some people, you know what? I have my business plan, and that's my confidence. Other people need to see it. Whatever that is, you have to borrow our belief while you get yours. And this is why I want as many people on these calls as possible, because you're taking the journey. So if you have anybody that wants to launch, let's do a three-way call. Let me tell you what we have to do. Let's do a three-way call with the person. So we could ask them direct questions, set the date, and have them work towards that date. I think if I'm not mistaken, Shaylisa, he had what, 5 days to build? Do you remember?
He had just gotten his T-Low, I think it was on Sunday, just ordered a T-Low on Sunday. So yeah, 5, 6, 7 days.
Yeah, 5 and he says he has a lot more to come.
Oh my gosh, he hasn't even begun, Jeff. He's got like a tsunami behind him.
Good. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to kind of share that with you and kind of give you the idea of the art of a launch for somebody that you know has influence. This is what you're seeing in World Global Network. You know these leaders coming over and people hitting these top ranks. These are people that have the ability that could bring 50 to 100 people with them, right? Well, you don't have to be a networker to have that type of influence. Okay, it's just a matter of finding somebody that will at least open up their contact base and say, listen, here's what I'm doing. I'm starting it. I thought of you, and I'm having a private insider launch call for people that I believe and I want on my team. That's it. So thank you, guys. It's 45 minutes. Want to keep it to that, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow. I'm here if you guys need us. Thank you. I clapped for myself.
You're awesome, man.
Thanks, brother.
Great.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.